it didn't begin with shouting, not with a fist, not even with a slammed clipboard. It started with silence, long, unspoken tension building inside one of the NBA's most disciplined franchises, a place known not for chaos, but for culture. Yet quietly, it was rotting from the inside out. Because in the heart of Miami, two alpha leaders were heading for a slow-motion collision. Jimmy Butler, the ultra-intense, unfiltered warrior who demands fire from everyone around him, or he'll drag it out of them. And Erik Spoelstra, the calm, precise tactician groomed under Pat Riley's no-nonsense doctrine, a coach who doesn't scream to prove dominance. He schemes. Two leaders, one team, no exit plan. At first, it worked. Actually, it exploded. Butler was tailor-made for Miami's system. His intensity didn't just match Heat culture, it ignited it. Bubble Butler became a legend. He went toe-to-toe with LeBron in the 2020 finals and made it look like war. Spoelstra gave him the green light. Pat Riley publicly praised him. Jimmy had found his home, or so it seemed. But beneath the wins, the cracks were forming. And those cracks weren't about play calls. They were about control. The first red flags didn't come in games. They came in practice. Players say Butler would routinely interrupt drills to challenge assistant coaches. He didn't just question sets, he mocked them. He openly clowned teammates who he thought weren't working hard enough. One insider said Jimmy told a staffer, "If I was coaching this team, we'd already be champs." Spoelstra let it slide at first. He believed in allowing players space to lead. But Jimmy didn't just lead, he steamrolled. Tyler Hero began pulling back emotionally. Kyle Lowry, one of Jimmy's close friends, tried to mediate but often found himself in the crossfire. Bam Adebayo, the quiet soul of the team, admitted in an interview that things had gotten heavy. The locker room had changed. The laughter was gone. Players began choosing sides. Then came the moment. March 2022. Heat vs. Warriors. Miami was getting run off their own court. During a third-quarter timeout, Butler muttered something under his breath, reportedly challenging a call, maybe more. Spoelstra turned and snapped. Not in frustration, in fury. "You want me to fight you?" he barked, clipboard flying. Cameras caught Udonis Haslem, the heartbeat of the Heat, jump in, not to calm things down, but to threaten Butler. "I'll beat your ass," he growled, jabbing a finger into Jimmy's chest. The crowd went silent. Every media outlet ran the clip. Twitter exploded, but that was only the part the public saw. Behind the scenes, things got colder, much colder. Butler skipped the next team film session, not because he was injured or excused, but because he refused to go. When a coach tried to follow up, Butler allegedly shrugged it off. "He knows where to find me." Spoelstra didn't. He didn't text, didn't call, he didn't need to. Instead, he froze Jimmy out. Practices became transactional. No more building, no more bond. Spoelstra began using phrases like alignment and shared values in every media interview. It wasn't subtle, it was a message. And Jimmy? He went full ghost. No interviews, no captions, just cryptic Instagram stories, black screens, silent workouts. Then came the flashpoint that no one reported on, but insiders whispered about for weeks. A game in early April where Butler allegedly refused to check back in during the fourth quarter of a blowout loss. Spoelstra benched him the next game. Not officially, but it was clear. When asked about it postgame, Spol simply said, "I play the guys who want to win together." He smiled when he said it, but behind that smile was a dagger. That's when the trade rumors began swirling. Not the usual fan speculation, but real smoke. Executives leaked that the Heat had placed exploratory calls to teams like Golden State and Philadelphia. Whispers of a three-team deal involving Portland surfaced. One deal allegedly had Jimmy headed west, with young players and picks coming back. The Heat front office said nothing, but the silence was loud. And then came the quote that shattered the illusion. Pat Riley, who once called Jimmy a Heat lifer, said this to the media: "You can't teach chemistry, you can only protect it." He said no more, but that was all he needed to say. Within weeks, the unthinkable happened. A sudden, no-frills press release. Jimmy Butler was gone, traded in a multi-team deal to a Western Conference contender. No tribute video, no Instagram goodbye, no jersey retirement talk. Just a single line from the franchise: "We thank Jimmy for his contributions." Spoelstra didn't attend the media availability. He didn't need to, because when asked after the next win if the team missed Jimmy's leadership, Spo answered simply, "We're building something stronger now." And just like that, the Butler-Spoelstra era was over. The fans were torn in half. Some screamed betrayal. How could Miami dump their best player, the man who brought them within 2 wins of a title? Others celebrated, claiming Spoelstra finally had the guts to cut out the chaos. But in the locker room, there was peace. One player later admitted anonymously, "It felt like we could all breathe again." Another said Jimmy had been testing Spo for years, pushing harder, demanding more, until eventually he went too far. The final twist? Butler himself reportedly knew the end was near. He told a friend, "They're scared of losing control. I'm just not built to be controlled." Now, Jimmy's thriving on a new team. Still intense, still elite, but with a system that lets him run wild. Spoelstra, quietly rebuilding, his culture intact, his team disciplined, calm, and drama-free. But make no mistake, the league hasn't forgotten. Every time the Heat face Butler's new team, the tension is electric, because this wasn't just a clash between a player and a coach. It was a full-blown war between freedom and order, between passion and process, fire versus ice. And it ended exactly how these stories always end, one walking out, the other locking the door behind them. If you saw the meltdown beneath the stat lines, like this video. If you think Jimmy's fire scorched too much, comment "burned by the culture." Subscribe for NBA drama they won't talk about on ESPN, then turn on the bell, because another superstar explosion is just one timeout away.